What's going on, YouTube? I just want to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm not some kind of, professional or big reviewer like you see on YouTube and everything. But I just want to show you guys side by side uh, the difference between the A95K and the S95B, and both 65 inch. And I'm on the PS5 right now, so just wanted to give you guys an idea of what my impressions is as just a normal guy, normal user, normal person, just like you guys that are just looking to get something good quality, and just have something that you're gonna love for a long time. And I'm not sponsored or anything like that by anyone. I use all my own money, and this is just 100% my personal opinion. I don't have any professional advice or anything like that, like all the other reviewers. But I just want to let you guys know both TVs are amazing. Um, it's really hard to say like which one you like better. A lot of the reviewers are completely right when they say like certain things about how the A95K, even though it's a little bit less brighter, but for some odd reason it just has this like pop to it that you just don't get in the S95B. Um, so, like, if you look close up, I don't know if you can see it or anything, but it just has a pop to it that you don't get with the S95B. But at the same time, the S95B has more brightness, a little bit more brightness to it, a little bit more highlight to it. It's almost like they just kind of went a different way. But I'm just happy I got both TVs. So that's kind of like basically what it looks like right there as far as the image goes. I don't want to get too much into it, but I'll switch it to another game right here, and then you can kind of like see like now little kind of different colors right there, S95B, and the A95K right there. And you can just tell, like, no matter which way you look at it, like you just can't go wrong. Like, look at the way it pops. And I know I'm doing this from a Galaxy S22 Ultra, so I know it's not the best quality like all these guys have and everything, but I mean, you can still be able to tell it has a little bit of a different color to it. Like, if you notice, like, the background here is a little bit different than like the background here. You see that? But I mean, it seems a little bit more noticeable through to be honest with you, through the phone than it does in real life. I know you guys probably hate hearing that because I know I did watching all the reviews, but I mean, it's just the camera. Any camera, I think, is going to be different in the way it records. And I do have it hooked up to a Oled BK22 splitter. So, and they both have all the same HDMI ports just to try to keep it apples to apples. So there's no difference there. But if you look, I mean, they're just gorgeous. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys like the demos, like on YouTube. You'll probably see some differences there too. So I'll go to YouTube, and look, you can tell there's like if you actually look at the colors, like they're so similar in so many ways. It's so cool. All right, now I'm just gonna go to something random. Um, I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna do, let's see. We'll do this one first, just because it's got a lot of colors to it. But like, look at that. Like, look at the similarities. There's really, but then like if you look on, I'm gonna like reverse just really quick. I just want to show you guys something. I'll pause it. But like right here. All right, so like the Samsung 95B has a more like warm tone to it, right? Like you see like the edge of the pencil like right here. Like look at how it's like got kind of like more yellowish kind of color to it. And then you look here, like look at the difference. Like this has more like pop to it kind of, and it looks a little bit more natural. And then, but if you look at the greens, right? Like look at the greens versus the same greens right there. Like you'll notice that like here, I'll try to go back. Like I don't know if you can tell, but like you can see that, I don't know if you can see the S95B has like more color saturation to it. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. So like, and then if you look at here, like that's supposed to be pink, which, you know, looks pink in the A95K. And then it kind of has a more like fuchsia or like, you know, pink to it on the S95B. You see that? I don't know if you can tell, but I'll go to it one more time. You see how it's kind of like more of like a natural pink? And then this kind of looks like red. I don't know. Tell me if you can see the difference in the comments, please. So, you know, I'm just going to continue to go. And like, you know, it's just, they just kind of trade blows with each other. I mean, if you can just see. So, you know, that's one demo. And then, but I mean, they're just both like stunning. Like it's just like, wow, you know? And then I'll back out. And there's other videos that are really cool too that you can always, like if you go to this, here I'll show you. There's another one that's actually really cool right here. So this one right here is like the one that you see at the stores when you walk in. Now you can actually see them like next to each other. And another thing that you're gonna notice is when it's actually on, like, look at that. Now you can actually tell a difference. There's like, it almost seems like the Samsung kind of washes out a little bit. I think it's because it doesn't have Dolby. But look. Look at the clarity. And I think that has a lot to do with Dolby Vision on the A95K. And then you kind of come over here to the S95Bs. You can kind of tell it has like a little bit of a lighter, but it still looks, no matter what, it still looks nice. It's like hard to tell what you like and what you don't. But look at that. Look at that clarity of. So like, even though the Samsung S95B kind of is brighter, just look at that. See how like this, the A95K just kind of pops. So You know, it's really all kind of, yeah, look at that. So, all right, so that's enough for the demos. One thing I will say is that, I mean, even right here on its main menu, like if you look at the A95K, look at like the background, how it's actually like more black. You see that? And then the background of the S95B kind of has more of like a grayish kind of tint to it. I don't know what to really call it. So, you know, there's differences, but it's like you really kind of can't go wrong, no matter which way you go. I've always wanted a Sony OLED for forever, and you know, the price point of them is easily at least $1,500 more on average versus, you know, either LG or Samsung, which I'm a big fan of those too because I've had them before as far as like an LG OLED. And obviously I have the Samsung OLED S95B, as you can see right there. But one of the things that like I notice is like for like when I look at the A95K, it just has this kind of like motion to it that is just like just gravitates you when you're looking at it. It's just something that they with their motion processing. I don't know what it is. That's just they just know how to do it the best, in my personal opinion. And it shows all the time. Like every time I go to the store and see the demos, or every time I go on YouTube and watch the pro reviewers, or I mean, and then you know now for the first time I have it at home, and I mean it's true. They're you can actually see the difference when they're next to each other. Um, I haven't done gaming or anything yet, and I will do gaming. I know you guys are probably sick of watching the gaming comparisons between the two, and but you know, I know that the S95B is rated higher for gaming only because it has more gaming features to it, things like that. But I tell you what, if you're a casual gamer, and you just really just like, let's say you like playing the RPGs, things like that, like or Horizon Dawn or the new game that's coming out, God of War Ragnarok. I'm probably gonna be ending up playing it on this bad boy right here, just because the way the picture just pops, it's just like wow. And you know, it's still going to play at 4K at 120 anyways when you have it in the correct HDMI port. So I'm really excited about that. And again, if you're a casual gamer, you're not, you know, playing competitively. My guess is I'm going to compare them both anyways. But yeah, that's probably the direction I'm going to go. So now to sound. I know you guys. It's kind of pointless to really do a sound demo, but just to talk about it really quick, the speaker system in the A95K is my first experience. It has those built-in actuators with the two subwoofers for bass. I can tell you right off the bat. I mean, it is better than the S95B. The S95B definitely has some thump to it too, though. They're both 60 watt, um, but I think like the S95B has a more like stereo, like high quality sound to it, or as you know, as high as quality as it can possibly be. But the for you know for a TV, but the A95K just has this like it has like a dynamic kind of sound to it, like it just comes out in different angles at you, and it's like almost like if you ever go to have you ever been to like a movie theater with at the like the Dolby room or anything like that, where the sound just comes out so high quality at every angle. So it has those like high frequencies mixed in with that bass. And I mean, if you're gonna watch like some kind of like, you know, high end you know, like movie, like let's say like a DC or a Marvel movie with a lot of graphics, or even like a Transformer movie or something like that. Um, I think like the combination of the motion and the way the it pops is and the sound quality would be better on the A95K versus the S95B. But I think for gaming, if you want to play more competitively, not casually, but competitively, I think the S95B has the A95K beat only because of the faster response time and you know, just the more the higher the features that it has as far as like the gaming features and stuff. So that's my personal opinion. And I mean, it to me, it's gonna show. Um, so yeah. So the cool part is to I just want to get on the remotes. Um, I love the Samsung remote because you never need batteries. You guys probably already know it charges through the radio waves, and if need be, it does have a USB-C charger, but you never need batteries. So I like that kind of futuristic thinking way. It lowers your cost of ownership. Um, you know, it's a small remote, but it's nice, and you know, I use it all the time. I know there's a lot of people that say, "Oh yeah, we don't use the remote; it doesn't matter," but I always use the remote. So you know, the cool part about this remote, though, is it does feel a little bit more high quality. This like has a metal plate in the front. It is backlit, which I'm a huge fan of, and it has a finder. So if you can't find your remote, you can find it. It has like a you know thing that like a an alarm that sounds off, so you can find it. So I'm gonna turn off the lights so you guys can see maybe. Um, I'm gonna put this one on, and then I want to show you a just with the lights off and what it looks like, basically, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see if. So you can tell like right off the bat, like the background of the Samsung 95B kind of is more gray, but look at that. Like once you get into the colors, you can't. It's just like hard to tell which one you like better, you know? So look at that. So I mean that's where I'm at right now. I got both TVs, so you know, I can't complain. You're not gonna like and the reviewers are right. You're not gonna notice the difference between them unless you're doing what I do, hooking up a splitter to them, putting them side by side, you know, getting uh, a true side by side, and just to look and see at what they both look like next to each other, you know? And obviously, I can't do movie demos or anything like that because of copyright purposes and things, but I mean, that's what it looks like, and it's just hard to tell, you know? I think for anybody who likes the more natural look, um, you're probably going to end up going with the A95K, and just that pop and that motion just is so attractive. Um, but you know, if you like the more saturated, deeper, stronger colors, reds, greens, things like that, you can just tell right off the bat that the S95B has got the A95K kind of beat in that department. But it really depends on what you're doing with the TV. That's why I got them both, because they're just so, even though they're the same size, and you know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move one in one room and keep one in the other, and just use them both. And that's basically what we're gonna do. So, and that's all. And if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know in the comments. And hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want me to make any other content or anything like that while they're side by side, I'll be more than happy to do so. And thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm sorry I'm not talking like some kind of professional person or anything like that, but I'm just a regular buyer, and I just want to show you guys, you know, what these TVs look like next to each other. 65 inch versus 65 inch, QD OLED versus QD OLED, Samsung versus Sony. And I just feel like sometimes when you look for those videos side by side, you don't really get like you kind of feel like some of the reviewers can kind of sway you in one direction more than another, and it's kind of hard to understand them and things like that. So, you know, just an opinion from a regular guy that just owns these TVs. I'm not a reviewer. I'm not, you know, things like that. I just love tech, and I have the two TVs, and this is the outcome of what my opinion is. All right. So thank you.